Welcome to the Untold. Tonight we have a special guest who shows that fashion is more than just clothes, but also a story you can tell with clothes. Shahad Alasfour is a certified designer and stylist, and I'm very excited to meet with her today and find out what she has to say about the behind the scenes of fashion. What do you think, Abdullah?
Yeah, for today's episode, I'm really excited. For someone who doesn't have a lot of good fashion choices, I'm really curious to see, the nitty-gritty of what goes into making a, dress or a wardrobe or an outfit, right? Because I know there's a lot that goes into it, but for my understanding right now, I don't know much. So that's why I'm really curious for today's episode.
I'm also very curious. I think that she's going to be able to give us very interesting stories about how her designs came to be. I know that I'm very excited to see and ask her about some designs as well as the story behind them.
Yeah, so if you've been watching The Untold and you're, enjoying my outfits, stay tuned for this episode because you're going to be shown way more better choices to make a fashion designs. With that in mind, we are going to take a very quick break and we'll come right back after it. And we're back with Shahad Alasfour. So I want to first welcome you on The Untold.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Shahad, it's brilliant to have you. I think that your style and your fashion sense is really beautiful and amazing. I'm really curious, what made you decide to be a fashion designer? How did you enter this world?
Actually, I entered this world by coincidence.
Really?
Yeah, my friends, my family, I used to have a small circle. When I used to design, I have small, let's say, collection of design. And every time I establish something which has a story for a certain, let's say, event or something that let's say, it's reflected on the design, they loved it. They were like, please, what's next? We want to see what you will bring more. They said that I have this talent, and let's say this talent or this kind of art that I have, I'm representing it in the design. And I guess this is how I'm still designing, because the circle have extended, let's say, and people are loving actually what I'm doing. So
it seemed to be kind of a natural talent for you almost.
Yeah.
Like it's a passion as well.
It's a passion with a vision, let's say, and that
That's
vision
cool.
it's what made me, let's say, here with the design that I made and the reputation that people love what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, I also love what you're doing. You seem to have come a long way. I was looking at your Instagram earlier, actually, and there's this one gold dress that you made. Stunning. It looks like it comes out of a fairy tale, and I'm obsessed with it.
Regarding the gold dress,
Yeah,
it was for my sister's wedding.
really?
Yeah, I told her, she said, I want each of you have a different style, and I don't want you to wear the same color. As you know, in Kuwaiti weddings,
Yeah.
we have to. I was like, okay, but you will give me the green light to design whatever I want. She was like, yeah, sure. Then let's stay tuned until the wedding and you will see the dress. And then everyone was like stunned with the dress.
Blown away because a masterpiece was born.
People loved it. And it was like, let's say, everyone is asking about it until today, although the wedding was 2 years ago. So it was something.
No,
really
it's a testament to your talent. Are you feeling a bit lost in the world of fashion, Abdullah?
Yeah, I am. I feel like, for someone who, my mom still picks up my clothes, right? For someone
Such a guy.
Yeah, for someone who doesn't have a lot of, fashion instincts, it's such a, I could be a viewer now, right? I can sit back and just listen to all of these riddles and puzzles and just get into all of it. Yeah. So I do want to first ask you, because you said that you got into it at such an early age.
Yeah.
So do you remember like your first designs?
Yeah, I do. It was actually it was at my first expo. It was at Artisana, maybe 50 years ago. I don't want to mention my age, so you don't need to know. But it was long time ago. It was with me and my sister. It was like we were like, we have a collection, and it was, let's say, it was risky to us because we have so many designs, unique designs, let's say. We were like, let's see the expo. It was, at Loyak, it's a non.
Oh yeah, I know Loyak, yes.
Non-profit.
They love to, let's say, encourage young teenagers with this, let's say, talent that they have. Once we had our first expo, people were amazed. And let's say the fear that I had was gone, because I saw that people loved what we, like, let's say, had as a collection, which was small. And it was risky, but we should try and see what other thing we can extend the circle that I mentioned before.
Yeah, it's definitely very hard to put yourself out there, especially with something that you've created. You feel like
Exactly.
that's your thing. You don't want anyone to kind of hate on it or something.
Exactly, especially
So,
if it's
yeah,
handmade also. So, of course,
especially, and it's like showcasing your own, art, basically. It's
Exactly.
like your art form.
Exactly.
In your opinion, what makes a successful designer? Like, what differentiates people from just liking fashion to having a proper vision?
I think that patience, let's say,
Yeah.
and understand, like, when you love what you do, it will make everything easy because you will do it with love. And also, you will always want to extend your knowledge and, let's say, also your thoughts. You want to, yeah, like, as for me as a designer, I love to make a unique pieces, and each pieces is a story to tell. So when people wait for my designs, I know that it took, let's say, all the time, and I gave it all the effort, especially for the details. I want everything to be perfect. So
Perfectionist, basically.
perfectionist, yeah, because you have to be so good at this. And when people, let's say, purchase what you offer, when someone asks them, this is from who? And they said it's a local designer from, let's say, Kuwait. They said, oh wow, it doesn't look that way. So it's something really good,
Yeah, something to be proud about.
yeah, because
Yeah.
you have like this quality. Quality is something really important to have in the design.
And you also mentioned, the first thing you immediately said is patience. So what tests your patience in this whole process? Is it like the idea of it, dealing with the people?
Dealing
Where
with
does
people.
that come from?
Dealing with people,
Oh,
because some people believe that, let's say, the designs are easy.
yeah.
It won't take time. You will finish it within, let's say, 2 days or 3 days. What they don't know that some things takes 1 week or more, because let's say some materials you want to order it from abroad, and it will take time to do what, like all kind of stitches. And so for me, even my client, I tell them, you have to stay like calm. You have to go by my rules, because I'm the one, let's say, who will vision for you this design.
Yeah.
I have to understand exactly what do you need, because if I want to do something, I want to satisfy you and also satisfy myself, that I've reached this, let's say, confidence that I know you will like it in the end. This
Yeah.
is why, like, the only thing that let's say, annoys me sometimes is people who doesn't have any patience.
That's understandable, especially I think in the world today, fast fashion is a really big thing. So people seem to underestimate how much work goes into creating quality items.
Exactly.
And how much time and effort it creates. Especially as a designer, you have a particular vision in mind.
Yeah.
You don't want your client to be not dressed in the way that you've pictured, because you want to be satisfied on both accounts, like for them and for you.
Exactly.
So I guess trust between the client is a very important part of this
Exactly.
career.
This is why sometimes I do, let's say, my own designs, which is ready, so I don't want anyone to.
No one will bother you.
No one will bother me. It's you take it or leave it. That's
Yeah.
it. Sometimes it's easier for me also. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, when it comes to fashion, it takes a lot of, I would say, maybe talent is the bad word for it, because there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. So when you found that you had the talent, or you had the eye for fashion, how did you bring it all together to make an actual dress? Like, did you go through trial and error? Did you go through, studies of it, or did you just pick up the fabric and just, do it?
Before it was, let's say, even the social media, it wasn't easy to research on stuff, say, and go through, like for now on the social media, you can see how can I stitch something. It would be so much easier to see. And even the AI now, if you want, you can just ask them, how can I do this? They will guide you.
Yeah, it's a different world.
It's a different world. Before, I had to go and purchase and see, but until today, actually, I do that, because I want to make sure that everything, let's say, with quality.
Yeah.
I usually, like, I focus on quality, I focus on the details, and I focus on, let's say, I want people to be different, and I know how to make them look really unique and confidence when they enter any place. This is why usually everything I do, let's say with the design, I do it by myself. Even for now, now I have a team, but I'm always like, huh, how is it? Is it done? Okay, no, I think here there's something, like I have to see each detail. Sometimes I tell them some things you don't see it, but from my own vision, it's different. So this is why even for the materials, nah, it's crazy. But now we have an easy world, let's say, to purchase, to order, some stuff, let's say, to be also different, because mashallah, our market has everything.
Yeah.
So you have to, let's say, think sometimes in a way to be different, even when the market is different. Your touch will show it.
Yeah.
It seems like you're very involved in the process of creating fashion,
Yeah.
like that perfectionist side of you, I guess. Would you say that you have a signature style?
Yes, I would say it with confidence, because I know even like my friends or the people who I don't know, they become my friends later on, because I understand what they want. When I sit with them, we talk, and I said, okay, you want this? Okay, I think I have something in mind. When I show her, let's say, my sketches and she's like, yes, please.
It's like, how did you know?
But when can you tell me how long it will take? Halas, when is the wedding? Okay, okay. Let's say 1 week before, or like I will show you a prova and we'll see if it's, I do it my way. I do it my way. Just have faith in me and trust me. You will get the look that you want. And this is how it goes, because I usually love to, let's say, satisfy the person and make them feel happy when they get the look that they want and have it in mind.
And it makes you happy too.
Yeah, because sometimes you go to the market, you know that there is something missing. It's not the thing that you want.
Yeah, it is hard to find, especially if you're looking for more unique pieces, as you said, that individuality,
Shades and
yeah.
so it's like, okay, I will take care of it. It's done.
I've got this, don't worry.
Yeah, it's done. No worries. Everything will be okay. Okay, okay, inshallah. So, usually even when I, let's say, talk to my client, I treat them as a friend. And this is how also, they feel more relief. And this is the process, actually.
And it's amazing to see that you've succeeded in a line of work that requires, dealing with a lot of people. Because I actually worked in a sector before where you had to deal with people.
Really?
Yeah, and I was going crazy. I was going insane. So, every time someone in a field that requires day-to-day interaction with a lot of people is something highly, highly admirable. So honestly, kudos to you.
Yeah, thank you. This field reflected also in my career.
Yeah? How?
I have to be patient.
Yeah.
I have to be patient. It's like if there's something will make me mad, I was like, no, it's okay, it's fine. Really? Yeah, no worries, it's okay. So, sometimes things will teach you, especially with your, let's say, social life or your career. It's amazing how, things are connected together. Yeah.
So patience seems to be something you learned yourself while getting involved in
Because I'm
this.
not patient.
So I guess it was good in the sense that it taught you that.
Yeah.
And I do love that you bring your own sense of style, perfection, attention to detail in every aspect of the design process. I think that's something that a lot of designers can aspire to, and I'm sure it makes your clients super comfortable with you. We're going to go on a short break, but I look forward to diving more into, the history behind your designs and stuff, because I'm a fan. What do you say, Abdullah?
Yeah, let's go for a very quick break. We'll come right back. And we're back with Shahad Alasfour, and I want to first ask you about the process of going through so many materials. And for a lot of people, they can be confused, right? So what is your process like? How do you buy your material and your fabrics?
Let's say it depends on the season. Sometimes, and of course, if it's a wedding season or if it's depend on the occasion, a specific fabric must be used, which will let's say show the design. So usually I go with the quality, the fabric that will last and has a good quality, and of course the colors depend on the season color, and it depends also on the tone, the skin tone of the person who's purchasing. And for me, I don't usually work on, let's say, the weak type of fabrics, because they will not show the design that I want. Usually I go with the quality fabrics.
You know, the thing that I'm really amazed by this episode is the amount of effort that you women go for your fashion. Because for me, I just give my mom 10, I just give her 10 KD whenever she goes to Istanbul and she comes back with, you know, a bag full of clothes. I'm like, okay, that works.
Yeah.
But for you, you know, picking colors based on seasons and everything, this is honestly, this is like an entirely new world to me.
No, I was thinking it makes complete sense that you go by season and by based on, you know, the occasion or everything, because that's how a designer should go about, I think, dressing their client or thinking of their line. I'm not surprised that Abdullah was not aware of that.
No, because we have
Or that
This is
his
hard
mom still
work.
buys his
it's
clothes.
hard because
It's very hard
sometimes,
work, yeah.
because you know, sometimes you have to convince the client like this type of cut or let's say ruffles, it doesn't go with the season, and they have to, you know, like see something else, or they have to. I don't want them. It's not like forcing them to choose, but I'm just giving them advice. I don't want them to look funny because it will reflect on me. So I usually tell them that if you want, if we will feel more comfortable, I don't mind, but I suggest this type of fabric. It's quality. It's what I think will make you look more glowy, or you know, like, and that's it for me. And sometimes really people
Going back to people again.
exactly, you have to, you know, you have to convince them that not everything or not every fabric can be used. Some fabrics, they look, let's say, nice, but when you use them, they will not give you the final touch you want to, you know, like establish in the end.
Yeah, it seems like it is very important, especially between a designer and a client, for the client to listen, especially as you said, they represent your own brand as well. But in today's world, I feel like there are a lot of global trends, especially in Kuwait, people love trends. Do you think successful designers should follow the trends or stick to your unique styles?
I think that trend is something very important. We usually at least love to see like what's the trendy colors of winter, or you know, like spring, or it's not يعني, we don't have to, let's say, obey the full trend. We don't have to follow it like without giving our touch or our signature. We can use, let's say, maybe we can choose the color and match it with something else. We can play with it. We can play with the trend, and you can also be more updated. We don't want to be, you know, like I want to be with my own trend and that's it. لا لا لا. عادي, we can go with all trends. We can see what's new, what is, let's say, do or don't. But some people follow, let's say, I don't want to mention which trend it is, but it's so awful. It's just, you know, like so annoying when you see it, if you know
Yeah,
what I mean.
I get it completely.
Some trends are just, you know, they're destroying the, let's say, the classy look of the lady.
I agree, especially like some things that you see, you're sort of like, why are people wearing this? What made this become a trend? It's
Yeah,
confusing.
it's just too much.
Yeah. But then again, there are some things that it's like, well, actually, I could get something from that. I like how that looks, especially if it applies to your own individual look. And actually, I would like to ask you, as a stylist, is it harder for you to design clothes from scratch, or just to kind of, you know, style people based on their own styles?
You know, styling, when I first, let's say, went to the styling industry, it's also something else than the designing, because designing is doing something from zero.
Okay.
And it's something that I have done, that I had a vision for. But for styling, when people, let's say, come to you, you know that they're not let's say 100% sure with their style. They don't feel, they feel there's something missing. So usually, or let's say first, when I entered this industry, I was like, I have to study it.
Yeah.
I have to sit with someone who's very professional with this type of, let's say, industry. I have to learn. And it was very useful. It was in London. I, like, one of, like, let's say, it made it more aware, it made me aware that, okay, usually I social with people to suggest for them what I usually create, which is already done, or what they think they want to wear. But for styling, it's when their confidence, let's say, for some, it's not complete. And you complete for them by suggesting what would be good for them to cover, or let's say to add, or to change. It's like you're guiding them. So for me, it was something really useful and also when I help my client, I know they're satisfied because they didn't know that this, let's say, type of cut would be useful, good for them, and it will make them look more, let's say, elegant
Yeah.
and stylish.
And speaking of, dealing with the clients, can we ask you about a tough situation you've had with a client, and then how did you overcome it, right? How did you put your touch into it?
One a client, she said that she had this wedding. It will be within 2 weeks. And when she, let's say, ordered this dress from certain brand, it's not her size.
Oh no.
And it's not like the design that she thought it will look. It's not the cut wasn't her cut. The color was not the color that she requested, and they couldn't refund for her, let's say, the dress.
Oh, that's terrible. Especially with only 2 weeks.
Exactly. So
That's
she
a
was
time
like,
crunch.
I'm sorry. I know, يعني, maybe if you cannot help me, it's okay. I will not say anything. But please, I need your help. This is my sister. And I really want to go, like, I'm the sister of the,
Yeah.
the wedding, and everyone will
It's an
come.
important position as a sister, yeah.
She's just like the scene of center of attention of
Everyone's
the
eyes
wedding.
on
Like,
there, yeah.
I was like, show me the dress. I want to see it. Let's see any. I want to see the mistake.
Yeah, like what do you have to work with?
But I actually did for her like a new, let's say, dress.
Really?
I had to cancel, let's say, not cancel, but I didn't take any orders because I was the one who was focusing on the design, and I was with my team. Like, I had to do it. We have to finish it in a certain time. Alhamdulillah, it was amazing.
That sounds very
She looked-
stressful.
Yeah,
though.
she was like, at the day of the wedding, she was like, Mashkoura, thank you so much. Oh my God, I can't believe I told everyone about you. I was like, thank you. You don't have to tell everyone. Alhamdulillah, at least you're happy and you feel confident, and everyone is telling you, mashallah, you look great. This is what matters to me.
You seem to really save the day.
Alhamdulillah. Wallah, I was so
Alhamdulillah.
happy for her. I was so worried.
Yeah, no, I can imagine, especially when you have such a big occasion such as that and it comes wrong. That's one of the issues I have with ordering clothes as well. 'Cause a lot of times stuff is not what it appears to be, or it fits you differently.
Exactly.
Would you say that how things are today when it comes to ordering clothes or social media, has it really affected the way that stylists will, style or design things?
No, actually, it's helping us.
Is it?
I found it very useful. Everything, let's say, with the social media, or it's perfect because sometimes you need to order materials. You need to order some stuff, which is not in the country. So for me, it's much easier. يعني, fabrics in Kuwait City, you can find them everywhere.
True.
If you want to be unique, let's say you got them from outside the country. So it's much easier to approach. But for those who order, let's say, wedding pieces, if you didn't see them, it's very hard because you don't know, let's say, if it will be like let's client situation or the opposite. You never know what you will receive. But if you have let's say, a special person's wedding, like even the makeup, she had to change it. She was like, okay, please, can you help with the makeup? I was like, I'm not a makeup artist.
Adding a new role now.
Yeah, suggest for me, what do you think? I said, no, you have to put something simple because it's already like this. And I'm trying to help with, let's say, with what I can, suggest for her. And it's something good.
And speaking,
Oh no, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna ask, speaking of suggesting stuff to women, especially when it comes to fashion choices, what are like the most common, mistakes they make in terms of their fashion choices?
Sometimes, for me, I don't know why, it's always wedding dresses. They always, because let's be realistic. Our food in Kuwait is something, when
It's hard to resist.
if you already have a design or finish from, let's say, a dress that you will wear, and then you feel that this is different now, the shape has changed, so you have to, let's say, do some construction to it, or you have to change the full dress. So many people, even especially my aunts. I had one situation when my aunt, she was like, Shahad, please, I want to show you my dress. I said, what? You did your dress with someone else? I said, لا والله, this is something I had before. I want you to help me with the dress. Let's say it doesn't look nice. There is something missing. I want you to see if you can help me with this missing piece. I want you to complete it. I was like, okay, show me the dress. I don't want I need the dress so that I can complete it. And this is how, I had to go and let's say redo the dress again, but it was the same, but with a few touch. That's it.
Okay, so it wasn't too difficult for you.
No, it's not. It's easy because I'm used to. I have so many situations with, let's say, with friends and even clients who usually come back to me again with, like small things. Please, this is something really small. Then it's full dress. Oh, it's fine.
Just a small, big dress. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's like you're a doctor now.
Exactly.
By the amount
Fashion doctor.
by the amount they see fractures, they're like, okay, they do the surgery while they're blindfold.
But because they know there's something missing. Like their confidence is not 100%. They need this someone to guide them that, okay, maybe you need this, you need to do this part or, like sketch. That's it. Sometimes small touches will change the full style, like the full dress.
I think that's really good advice because I think I've heard before that anyone can kind of wear fashion, but styling it is completely different.
Exactly.
And that's what really makes an outfit come together.
Exactly.
The personal touches or the designer's touches.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
I really, really loved everything that you had to say. I learned a lot about the process more and how much it takes for you as a designer, the patience, the effort, especially when dealing with clients or, last minute deadlines. I really do appreciate everything that you have to do. And I think that in the future, you're only going to create more beautiful things.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your hospitality.
Well, thank you too for hosting me. I've been
You stay, we'll let Abdullah go.
for today's episode. I was the guest here, you were the host. So thank you again for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, dear viewers, we are going to go on a very quick break and we'll come right back after it. And with that wraps the end of today's episode of The Untold. Honestly, this was, I was quiet most of this episode, but that's for a reason. Sometimes, it's good to be a good listener. And for today's episode, finding out so many details that go into making women's, outfits in particular is astonishing.
It's not surprising to me because I've struggled a lot with certain aspects of shopping or clothing or finding the right outfit for certain events. And I'm not surprised that she said some of her most stressful events tend to be weddings or something big like that. I do think it's cool that she got to learn patience when dealing with people, because that's a side of fashion design you don't think about. And I do love witnessing her journey and her styles. I think that she has a lot more amazing designs to show us in the future.
Yeah, and honestly, I think me and all of the guys that watch this episode, we feel sympathies because all we have is dishdasha, right? If you have wedding,
you're very lucky to have dishdasha.
It's all dishdasha. The only choice you make is the color of khatra you do. So honestly, I feel sympathies with women. I do, understand them now more when it comes to fashion choices.
Maybe you'll be inspired to, do your own shopping instead of letting your mother do it.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. I'm happy with the deal we have back at home.
Well, thanks for watching. I hope that you all decide to do your own shopping and have learned some amazing style opportunities. And please join us next time.